Question 13. Given the graph of f of x below, there's a beautiful graph. Sketch the graph of g of x, which equals f of x minus 2 plus 3. So what I like about this is they give us the original graph, but let's describe each transformation. So the first transformation that I'll look at is inside the brackets, and that means horizontal translation. Because it's x minus 2, it moves to the right. So horizontal translation, 2 units to the right, and always give a direction. It takes away the uncertainty. And this is a vertical translation, and that's moving up, 2 units up. So of course we want to describe this by point. You know, if you're a visual learner, you may want to first move it to the right 2 units and then move it up to 3 units. 3 units. So x comma y becomes, because x is moving to the right, it's increasing by 2. And because y is moving up, it's increasing by 3. So that's what happens. So if we were to look at the 3 most important points in this graph, I would pick ones that are nice on the axis. So if we were to -1, -2, -3, -4, so what does -4, comma 2 become? Well, -4, comma 2 will become -4 plus 2 is -2, and 2 plus 3 is 5. So that's the first point. The next important point that I'll pick is this lowest one right here. And this lowest point is at -2, right? 2 to the left and 2 down. So it's at -2, -2. And if we were to get the coordinates of this new point, it would become 0. -2 plus 2 is 0. And -2 plus 3 is a positive 1. And lastly, I'll pick this point right here. And this point right here is 1, 2, 3. 3, comma 1, 2, 3. 3, comma 3. So the equation of that is actually y equals x, isn't it? So 3, comma 3. And if we move that up 2, it'll be 5, comma 6. Right? 3 plus 2 is 5, and then the 3 plus the 3 is a 6. So I'm going to put my new graph here. So -2, -2, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're right here. -2, 5. And luckily they give us the scale, so we don't have to draw it in if they give it to us. So -2, 5, 0, 1. So that's right here on the y-axis. And then 5, comma 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right here. And now let me just zoom in so I could try to do a better job with this one than I have been doing with my previous graphs. Of course, during your exam, buy a ruler, use a ruler, invest in a ruler. So that's one. And then now let's connect the other one. Okay. The other thing, you don't want to lose marks. These are actually arrowheads, right? These are actually arrowheads. So when I continue on, put that in. Okay? If you really want to, you could be a nice person and write in the coordinates of these points as well. The coordinates of these points. So I'll zoom back out for that. But the coordinates of these points will be put in as well, just so there's no uncertainty. So negative 2, 5, 0, 1, that's kind of obvious. And then I'll put in the 5, comma 6. And just to double check our answer, our verbal description should actually match our graph. So if we look, right, we said it's moving 2 to the right. So let's look at this point. 2 to the right, 1, 2, and 3 up. 1, 2, 3. If we look at this point, 2 to the right, 1, 2, and 3 up. 1, 2, 3. And again, 2 to the right, 1, sorry, I need to go at this blue point. 2 to the right, 1, 2, and 3 up. 1, 2, 3.